Hello, 8th graders, and happy Friday to you. It is Friday, March 26th, the end of our second week of trimester 3 and hybrid learning. So for today, we will not be meeting as a whole group on Zoom. We will be having our remote learning day for everyone. You'll start by watching this video of instructions and then have some work time on your own. Please know that myself, and if you're in hour 1, also Miss Blake, and if you're in hour 4, also Miss Fischler, we will be available through email and available through Zoom if you would like to meet. Just please let us know and we will connect with you right away and get you some help. So reach out if you need more instruction just beyond this video here. So on our last class, which was either Wednesday or Thursday, depending on when you have language arts, we started talking about text-dependent questions and text-dependent responses. Now, what does all that mean? It simply means that the questions are asking you for a response that is dependent on details in the text. This week, our text is Martin Luther King Jr.'s speech, "I've been to the mountaintop." So that is the text that we are working with. And when we are responding to these questions with our thoughts, they are not purely our own opinion. They are thoughts about the speech, and we're using evidence and examples and quotes from the text itself, from the speech itself, to create our answers. Let's take a look back at this example. This example was brought up earlier this week. So one of the questions on the that refers to the speech is this: how does Martin Luther King Jr. try to convince his audience that everyone should be thinking about the community and not just themselves? Okay. So you'll notice that the question starts with the word how. So we know that our answer is not going to be yes or no. It's going to need to take some explaining. So let's remind ourselves, what does a strong text-dependent response look like? The first thing we want to do is lead in to our answer by rephrasing the key part of the question. The question asks us on how he convinces his audience to think. So the answer starts off with, Dr. King convinces his audience to think. It's almost a restatement, word for word, of what the question's asking. Dr. King convinces his audience to think of the larger community by telling them what questions to ask themselves. He states, the question is, if I do not stop to help, what will happen to them? He attempts to change people's minds so they see how they can impact all of society rather than just focusing on what they want and being selfish in that way. So we see in yellow here a direct quote directly from the speech. Okay, there are quotation marks around it, so we know that they are his words. Then there are some words after the quote that explain what this quote is showing us and how it connects back to the question. Okay, so for each response, we want to include at least one piece of evidence, but you can have more if you want to try and challenge yourself and include more than one. That would be great. You're also more than welcome to use the highlighter tool and to highlight the piece of evidence that you took from the speech. That's just a really good way to keep track yourself that you have one in each response, and it makes it easier for me when I'm looking and evaluating your work to make sure that you've included direct quotes or paraphrased evidence, examples from the speech in your responses. All right, so let's remind ourselves where we go here in Schoology. So this is week 2, analyzing speeches in historical contexts, and we are in day 3. Now, I am recording this video a little early, so I will pull over the text-dependent questions Google Doc. I will pull that over into today's Friday folder, and that will be an easy way for you to open it here. Okay? The directions right here are simply just to finish up your text-dependent questions Google Doc and a reminder on what a strong answer should have. Be at least 3 or 4 sentences or more, Start with a repeating of the question in the opening sentence. Include specific direct evidence or examples from the speech to show you went back to the text for support. And it includes all complete sentences and thoughts. This will be due at 2:00 p.m. today, so the goal is to hit submit before the end of our designated class time. As always, you are more than welcome to email anytime, reach out, and we will help you. Just one last reminder, at the very top of your Google Doc, this blue link right here is to the video of his speech, the YouTube video. Beneath it in yellow is the link to the written speech. So you have the video linked and the written speech linked. Alrighty, well, let's finish up that assignment. And if we don't talk to you before the end of the day, have a wonderful weekend as well. Can't wait to see your work. Let's make sure we turn it in on time. Thank you.